All right, we're gonna fire up TMNT, the Cowabunga Collection. Just took the game out and put it into my Switch. So we're gonna go there. See what we've got. Make sure the volume is cranked for this one. See what we've got. It's that old familiar Konami logo. And Nickelodeon. So this is pretty neat. The turtle layer has the copies of the old boxes and manuals. It's definitely designed to resemble the old 87 series turtle layer, complete with that's pretty neat. And then we have the manuals, definitely designed to look like the old manuals as well. I mean, that's some dedication and attention to detail there, which is pretty neat. You know, I love when game makers and developers pay attention to the details. You know, this is kind of a treasure trove of of material that we have here. So you can zoom in on that too. So I mean, that's pretty neat. Anytime you switch, it gives you allows you to kind of pan around, so you can compare statistics, and every game has Leonardo as the most balanced turtle as well. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty neat. I mean, this is everything that fans want. I think that's kind of the biggest thing. You know, if you were to say to a Ninja Turtle fan or an old school gaming fan what they'd love to see, I think you'd probably hear that they'd love to see, you know, a collection of all of the games in one, where they have to go out and download or purchase each one individually. You know, the game boxes. This is a really fun gallery that they've put together. I'm just kind of skimming through it fast, but you know, this, for someone like me, this hits me right in the feels. This is what I grew up on. You know, these boxes. You know, whether they were Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Game Boy, Genesis. I mean, you know, these were the games when you went to Toys R Us, or you went to KB Toys, or you know, occasionally a flea market or a garage sale or something like that, and you saw the games for sale, or even the holidays, you know, waiting for you gift wrapped, or birthdays. You know, that's kind of neat. And you know, this is a neat set that they put together. There's a lot of love and attention that went into this, and I think fans will really appreciate it. You know, I mean, heck, even have magazine ads and catalogs. I mean, these were the advertisements that would appear in magazines and comics and gosh, everything else. This brings back such memories. You know, this old school design that we've got here. for these ads. I mean, this is neat. I can remember some of these. I can remember most of these. And you're looking at an advertisement that from 1989, so 33 years ago at this point. They even have catalogs. Here's a press release. Someone who often writes press releases for a for a living. This is neat. To see kind of what those looked like, and to take a look. Obviously some of these are review copies, but this is neat stuff here to see. a trip back in time to see how games used to be advertised. I mean, so this is great. You can kind of see the other things that they blanked out. But if you were getting a catalog, if anyone remembers like the Sears Wish Book or J.C. Penney or Toys R Us catalogs and mailers, this was word of mouth back then. You didn't have the internet, so you'd learn about these games coming out by seeing them ad nauseum in magazines and other things. And so for anyone who didn't live through that, this was our IGN and GameSpot back in the day. And so that's just fascinating to me. Oh, look at that. They have a collection of the old school covers for the Mirage Ninja Turtles. Many kids, this came out, these issues came out before the turtle phenomenon truly went global. But these are widely available from IDW these days in collections. And if you've never had a chance to read them, highly recommend them. They've aged very well. That cool underground feel. Obviously these covers are in color, but the originals, the original comics were in black and white. So this is neat to just see a gallery of all the different covers that they did. I've read the original Mirage run, and these are classics here. So that is really neat. Was not expecting to see that. Look at that, Ninja Turtle Adventures. This is really cool. This is probably for a lot of kids, their first exposure to the Ninja Turtles in comics. They wouldn't have seen or probably read the Mirage comics back then, but they probably saw these. And what's really neat about these is these were originally based off the cartoon, and they're semi-set in the same universe, but with a couple of episodes, and it basically became its own universe. While the designs carried over a lot of it, there were different characterizations in here, different enemies. They weren't just fighting Shredder every issue. It evolved, and it really was a very unique sci-fi compilation that they put together in the Archie comics, as they're called, the Turtle Adventures. And I think coming up here, yep, this was the first Ninja Turtle comic that I ever owned. I think I was 7 when this came out. And this is issue number 9 that came out. And I just love this style. Love this, that look. So really, this is just a trip down memory lane to see these covers on top of it. I had so many of these. These are also available. IDW keeping the Turtle legacy alive, but don't go into it expecting kind of the cheesiness, tongue-in-cheek aspects of the of the cartoon. This definitely exists on its own as its own entity. Here is, oh my goodness, IDW. Speaking of IDW, their 2011 series, which you could argue maybe at this point is quickly becoming the ultimate version of the Ninja Turtles at this point, combining different elements from past incarnations. You have a lot of Eastman covers, which is really neat. Great series. Here's another one. If you're behind on the comics, you can pick up wonderfully bound hardcover editions of these comics. Again, they are well worth it. Once you get hooked, you'll quickly kind of dive into this universe. So I can't recommend that enough. Yeah, I mean, these are kind of the mini series that IDW has done. Their collected versions collect these different series. So the universe are, might be things that kind of take place outside of the main story. These were the old Image comics. So this was between Mirage Series 2 and IDW. There was Image comics, and these have been collected as urban legends. They're not part of the IDW or Mirage canon necessarily, so to speak, but especially the IDW series. But just very unique. They too are collected now as well. And IDW actually just went back recently and gave the old Image series a proper send-off. We've got stills from the series as well. I mean, that's pretty neat. From each season, nonetheless. So that's cool. So you have 10 seasons, which was ridiculously long for an animated show at that time. Some really cool features there. Definitely a trip down memory lane. 2003 series, more serious tone, kind of helped reset the series, and this one kind of under the radar lasted for what was it, 6 or 7 seasons? 7 seasons. 2012, which kind of quickly became one of my favorites because it took elements from all the different comics and TV series and made a universe that has some good storytelling, some fun, some action in there as well. And then Rise of the Ninja Turtles as well, both seasons, all 3 seasons, the most recent version, and kind of took the boys in green just in a little bit of a different direction. So that's really neat. Look at that style guide, excerpts. I mean, all of this stuff is a treasure trove. I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you just don't see in these collections. Style guides, NES, behind the scenes. So a lot of this stuff is what was in, I think, going beyond what was in the book and the manual as well. So that's really neat. That's a great bonus for anyone who loves taking a look at that. You got music. This will have the different soundtracks as well. That's really cool. They're organized by cassette tape, so that's fun as well. Strategy guide designed to look like the original Ninja Turtles that would have appeared in Nintendo Power, Game Pro, some of those magazines of the time. So all of this, kind of like what Shredder's Revenge did, just really does a great job of capturing the look and feel of the era. I will say that on some of this it does take a little while to load, but when you hit A to interact, it takes you through each step as if you were reading it. So it's almost kind of like when you're reading a comic on a digital device and you use the option to go from panel to panel. So that's pretty neat. You have a search feature where you can look for all of the different things that we just went over on any platform. You can refine it. So that's really neat. And we've just spent 15 minutes, and that's just the special features. So we'll quickly just kind of dive in. I'm going to start with the arcade, just because that is one of my favorites. Enhancements, so you can set a starting level if you want to pick up from someplace. You do a God mode if you just wanted to be immune to most damage and defeat everyone with a single hit, and basically just wanted to play through it and experience it. Basically the penalty bombs are for those of you who played Shredder's Revenge most recently. It's kind of a way of just taking out everything on the screen to make it more challenging. Obviously, with the goal of an arcade mode being to get you to drop more coins. So that was kind of the basis there. So we'll dive right in. We'll start this one. So as you can hear from that, not the original soundtrack. My understanding is licensing on that one could be a bit of a nightmare, but kind of like a coin, every time you hit start, that's basically like putting coins in. So you give yourself a whole bunch of oh man, this brings back memories. So the controls are pretty simple. I mean, you're looking at basically a 2-button control here. Boy, it's been a while since I've played this. I'm probably a little rusty here. Kind of like your basic controller, you have your joystick, and then you have I knew that was going to happen. Let's say I'm almost taking myself out already. That is how long it's been since I've played these games. Now, I will say one thing that is interesting, at least playing on a Joy-Con. This game, when you're doing some button mashing, it can be on the smaller in handheld mode. It can be a little while to get used to here, just because you're dealing with smaller buttons and in my case, just general rust, having not played this game in years. But this was button mashing goodness. You basically have 2 buttons, jump and hit, and then your joystick to go. I think one of the things that's really fun about the original arcade as well is between the music and everything else, it just perfectly captured the feel of that era and those cartoons. So definitely, after playing Shredder's Revenge for a little bit, definitely getting used to different kind of controls. See how badly I get taken out by a boss here, and then we'll wrap it up. Yeah, I know, I'm not playing great here. It's been, I feel like Yoda, you know, when many years old you are, games from childhood you will have forgotten to play yourself, so. See, now just imagine if I was putting real money into the game as a kid. That would have cost me a couple of dollars there just to get through the first level. And you can see how people sunk a lot of money into this as kids. Or as adults who just can't play anymore, so. Yeah, it definitely takes a little bit of getting used to. I would imagine too, to some extent, it might even be easier if you have a, you know, Switch controller, or if you're playing on the Xbox or PlayStation. But, oh, I missed the Pizza Hut sign there. Hey, the first Ninja Turtle took himself out fighting a parking meter. That's impressive. Mad skills, yo. Mad skills. I had forgotten how bad I had gotten at these games. So. I will tell you that probably one of the things that does take a little bit of getting used to as well is just, if you're used to more modern games, or as you can see, if you've spent a lot of time with Shredder's Revenge, you know how precise those controls are. This will definitely take you a little bit of getting used to, because it's not quite as precise as more modern games, which is, you know, again, to be expected for a 33-year-old game at this point. But I will say this much: it still plays great. Again, for a 33-year-old game, I think it still looks really solid, very colorful. Totally captures the feel of that era's Ninja Turtles. I mean, this is right in the nostalgia feels, so. Hey, don't play how I'm playing. Just right now. Right now, I'm not playing my best game, but it's all good. And by the way, apparently I just discovered this. By hitting start while you're playing, you can actually, it's like putting new coins in. So With the arcade, I would imagine it's probably pretty impossible to actually die out of the game, because you would just keep hitting start and putting you know, new lives in. So let's see what we got here. Just trying to figure out. Oh, you can rewind, or you can. This is pretty neat too. You can save the game. So if I wanted to save there, you can also adjust the screen size. You have original. You have full, which gives you the full. Actually, kind of am digging that, even though it blocks out some of the background art. You have wide, which is interesting, but stretches things out horizontally. If you're someone who likes having the entire screen filled, it might be your thing. But oh, hey, look at that! Don't quite know what I did there, but. Yeah, you have original, full. Original is cool because you have the background on the side, but I kind of think full gives you more of that. You have a TV filter, you have a monitor, ICD filter, so some of these things will give you a different feel to it. I keep going hit start to get to this. It's actually a different button, so ice filter, yeah, some of this, or excuse me, LCD filter. Some of this is neat. You know, you have the border on or off. I kind of like the full myself, but you know, to each their own. You know, some people like having the background art there. I think probably either full or original works really good. I think the you know, the complete screen, not so much. I think it stretches a little bit too much, and you. Oof. Well, that was a butt kicking. Like I said. It's addicting. I mean, I will say this much: the games are just as addicting. You know, one more play, asking your parents for another quarter, or I can't remember when these came out, if it was 25 cents or 50 cents a play at this point, but it definitely retains that that feel to it, where you just yeah, definitely has that feel to it, where you just want to, you know, one more level, or one more boss, or one more playthrough, and that was the appeal of these games back in the day. So we're coming up on a half an hour. They ain't even in this video. I keep saying I'll just do one more, and then here I am still playing. Just gonna play this for 5 minutes to check it out. We're now half an hour into. Just like that, you get your lights turned out. One more boss battle. Holy cow. Ay, ay. like I said, it's been a while since I've played. And we're gonna close it out right there. Let's do it right there. We'll keep playing through. We hope you guys are enjoying it too. That's just a little preview of what you can expect from this game. Video turned out way longer than it is, and boy was I not playing my best game today. So hopefully some of those muscle memory reflexes come back as well. But hope you have fun enjoying it. Let me know how your gaming experience is going. Give us a like, give us a follow, and also look for us on Twitter at Pop Culture Pursuit as well. So happy to talk through any other fans of the game. Let me know what you're thinking. Bye, guys.